All right, welcome back. We're live here at Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. Our coverage continues of the State B tournaments tonight. Sam Adams alongside Michelle Dapper to bring you all the action. What a wild day one here.
What a wild day. And we have some games going on as we speak. Dayton trailing Toutle Lake. Let's see what the score is right now. They're down 35-20, and that's 2B boys. And girls, 1B girls, ACH running away with this one over Lopez. It's 41-9 at the half. But we got two other games that went final in the last hour. Let's get to the action. Colfax taking on LaConner in the 2Bs. The Bulldogs riding a 5-game win streak. Second quarter, LaConner trailing. Nice spin move by Mike Wilbur makes the basket. It's 12-8 Colfax. Next possession for the Bulldogs. Jay Hart banks it in. It's 14-8 in favor of the Colfax Bulldogs. Late in the game, and Brandon Gefeller puts the game away with a strong move in the post to go up 39-33. Colfax goes on to win this one 46-38.
All right, 1B boys, Elmira Cooley Heartline taking on Moses Lake Christian earlier today. Game tied at 14 in the second. Thunder Wellhausen. Well, doing that, following up his own miss. He had 24 for the ball game. Fourth quarter, Joe Timofeya for 3. Moses Lake Christian within 4, but on the other end, here's Derek Isaac on the drive for 2 of his 14. ACH advancing into the 1B semifinals with a 50-38 win.
Earlier today, actually this morning, Valley Christian taking on Sunnyside Christian. Second quarter action of this one. Valley Christian ahead off the Sunnyside miss. Craver Small passes for the fast break lay-in. It's 24-17 Valley Christian. Small with 12 in this one. Fourth quarter action now, and Noah McConaughey hits the 3 ball right there. It's 42-38 Panthers. Final minutes. McConaughey again, he drives and pulls up for the short jumper, seals the deal. He finished with 9. Valley Christian wins 47-40.
All right, Nia Bay taking on Mount Rainier. We're going to pick this one up in the second quarter as the band played on. Rainier trying to dig out of an early deficit. Aaron Hollenberg knocks down the J, makes it a 1-point game. Later in the second, Tyler McCauley, 3. He had a game high 15. Nia Bay wins it 51-47. They advance to play Valley Christian tomorrow at 3:45.
All right, Muckleshoot taking on Kingsway. First quarter, Preston Brown in this one hits the 3 ball from the corner pocket. Muckleshoot up by 4 at that point. But Kingsway answers. Carter Caval with the long jumper, and Kingsway wins 61-44. They'll play ACH tomorrow.
2 late games tonight in those 2Bs. Adna will take on Wahkiakum at 7:15. In the nightcap, it'll be Northwest Christian beginning their title defense against Lake Roosevelt.
And coming up tonight, we'll have live coverage of the first round games in the 1B tournament between Columbia Hunter and Northwest Yeshiva at 7:15. Cusick Sunnyside Christian, that's at 9 p.m.
Oh, we had another game going final within the last hour. The Colton girls going for the 4-peat this year in 1A girls, the 1B girls rather. Let's take you to the highlight. And the 3-time defending state champs taking on Nia Bay. Final seconds of the first quarter. Haley Moser for 3 of her 12. Colton on top, 13-9. Wildcats keep firing away in the third. Jenna Moser, she had 15. That's a 3. This one was never close. Paige Vincent will get the off-balance shot to fall as Colton wins in a blowout. They win by 12, 58-46.
All right, earlier today, the Reardon Indians looking to defend their state title and looking to make it 2 in this one. Behind Kelsey Moose, so the Indians taking on Bear Creek. Moose getting looked at by Washington State, Gonzaga, Arizona State, and Santa Clara, but second quarter action, Moose with the pull-up jumper. It's 20-8 Indians. Moose, she had 10 in this one. Next possession, Chantel Heath drives and lays it in. 22-8, Reardon running away. Heath with a game high 13 points. Fourth quarter, and Moose yet again showing off her stuff. Drives and lays it in. 43-22 Reardon. The Indians roll 49-24. All right, noon game between Brewster and Tacoma Baptist. Pick it up late in the first. Becky May Taylor drives and dishes to Brett Basil for the lay-in. It's 14-7 Brewster after 1. Bears pulling away in the fourth. Taylor on the break. Brewster rolls into the 2B semis with a 55-25 win.
All right, more 2B quarters. It's Adna and Riverside Christian playing for a spot in tomorrow's semifinals. Riverside Christian trailing by 3 in the second. Tori Carpenter with the baby hook to close within 1. Carp with 15 on the night, leading her team. Later in the quarter, it's Adna's Regan Gaffney for the lay-in. Adna moving on, they win by 5, 47-42 that game earlier this morning. White Swan taking on PL. We'll pick this one up in the second quarter. Amber Arrington from the top of the key. That'll go 23-18 White Swan. Right before the half, big play here. Jessica Shepard on the inbound. White Swan wins it after that foul. Those points crucial. They win by 2, 49-47. They advance to play Brewster tomorrow in the semifinals. Can we take a deep breath?
I know.
Compose
let our air out here.
So 2Bs, 1Bs still going on behind us. We'll have all your highlights again from the games going on behind us. Tudor Lake leading Dayton right now 38-25 in the fourth quarter. When we come back, we'll take you to Tacoma, 4A and 3A state tournament highlights.
And ACH running away with that one on the other side of the court. But also we head out to Idaho for the boys state 5A tournament. We'll see you in 2 minutes.
And welcome back. We are live here at Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. We've had coverage all day long. If you haven't been watching, well, go ahead and check us out on SWX. We'll have cut-ins throughout the night and 2 live broadcasts starting at 7:15, then the late game at 9 p.m. as well. We'll have 4 games over the next 2 days and all 4 state championships only on SWX live this weekend.
And don't forget about SWXrightnow.com. Those guys have been hard at work as well. We head over to the west side for the Central Valley Bears, looking for their first state title since they won back-to-back championships in 2001 and 2002. So let's get to those highlights. The Bears taking on Eastlake today. First quarter action, Chantel Fitting hits the 3 ball. CV led by as many as 7 points in the first quarter. Still in the first, Eastlake answers. Sydney Emery connects from downtown, and the Wolves trailed by only 2 at the break. But CV comes out on the offense. Second half now, pass inside to Mariah Cunningham for an easy bucket. Later in the half, Cunningham finds Madison Hufford on the break. She finished with 18. Brooke Galloway, she also had 18. The Bears win it 62-48. They'll play Mount Rainier in tomorrow's semifinal game.
Now we're guaranteed a trophy, and that we want to shoot for the big one, and that's what the girls are talking about. They want to win it all. We're not here just to play. We want to win it.
That family could have a couple state championships. Freddie's son, Austin Rico, playing for the Central Valley boys. More on that in a moment. Gonzaga Prep in the state quarters against Woodinville. Bullpups up by 4. Make it 7 on the Hannah Caudill 3. Later in the second, Lindsay Stockton running the break. Her dad did that pretty well in the NBA. Madison Wright with a finish. Game high 17 for her. Final seconds of the half. It's Stockton this time calling her own number, dissecting the defense. 12-point lead at that point. Gonzaga Prep wins 60-47. They move to the semis tomorrow against Skyview. All right. 2 late games tonight involving GSL teams in Tacoma. U-High girls will take on Seattle Prep in the 3A quarters. And then, as we mentioned, the CV boys, they will take on Garfield in the 4As. Both those games tip off tonight at 9. Look for those highlights on KHQ and on SWX. All right, back to the video. 3A boys, Garrett Phillips and University taking on Lake Washington. Final seconds, first quarter. It's Darian Nelson Henry. Big dunk there. Kangaroos leading by as many as 8 against CV. But back come the Titans as Brett Bailey, the drive, and 1 U-High pulls within 4. And in the fourth, Titans on a run. Zach Bruce dialing long distance. University down by 1 late in regulation. Some big shots there. Jared Miller closes it out for the Titans. They take the lead for good. Coming from behind to win it 60-55, a stunner. They'll take on Rainier Beach in the semis tomorrow afternoon.
A couple games this year, we struggled a little bit with the close games, but we're definitely coming along, being able to finish a lot better, and it's starting to get really exciting, and we know where we want to go. We know that we're going to get there.
Well, that's going to be a tough one against Rainier Beach, but in 2A, 1A girls basketball, Clarkson beat Burlington Edison 50-41. Freeman and Granger, that game going on right now. Of course, the Scotties looking for their 3rd straight state title.
All right, Kashmir moving on to the 1A boys semis with a 19-point win this morning. And in 2A, Pullman, Linden underway in Yakima. Look for that score tonight at 10:30.
Over to Idaho now, and the Coeur d'Alene Vikings looking to make a push for their state title in the 5A ranks, of course, in Idaho, behind the heels of Chad Chalich and Dion Watson. To the video we go, and the Vikings taking on Bora in a rematch of last year's 3rd place game. First quarter action, and Dion Watson takes it all the way to the rack as Watson had 6 points in the first quarter. Vikings up by 8, 9-1. Bora has the answer, though, and this fella right here is Isaiah Wright, drives his way to the hoop, leading the way for the Lions. Chad Chalich, though, decides to get in the mix, the feed down low and the bucket. Well, the game was tied at halftime at 20 apiece, but Bora proves too much in the end. They win their 21st straight game, 49-45.
And here's what's on tap in the 5A and 4As tonight in Nampa. Post Falls Trojans taking on last year's state runner-up Centennial. That game just underway, as well as Moscow taking on Kuna. Look for those highlights tonight on KHQ and SWX. Real quick, let's see. Tudor Lake leading Dayton 47-34, closing seconds of the third. What's the vantage point over there on that game?
The vantage point is ACH is up by 50, 59-9 over Lopez.
We'll see you tonight at 10:30.